morning, Novi, and welcome back to another edition of the Cat's Eye News. I'm Caitlin Steele.
I'm Tomoya Habu.
Novi High School has a variety of special classes, and Wildcat Writing Den is one of them. You may have seen them in your classes, but what do they do? Here's Drake and Alyssa with more. Have you noticed any new faces popping in and out of your English classes? Well, that's the Wildcat Writing Den, and they are here to help. Mrs. Neisel says more on the class.
So when we first started this program, it was really important for us to develop a writing community at Novi High School that was built on feedback and advocacy. We wanted students to feel comfortable asking for feedback on their papers, and we also wanted to create an environment that fostered interactions between students of all grade levels. And so that's kind of how the Writing Den was born. Plus, we also think there's a lot of value in students being able to get feedback from people beyond their teacher. Oftentimes they listen just a little bit differently to other students than they do to us. And we are available for students to come drop in if they want to work on a paper and want some feedback. We also sometimes will work in classrooms, so teachers will invite us in on days when they're doing writer workshop, and we will provide feedback to student writers within the class.
The Wildcat Writing Den members share their perspectives on the class.
Or even just like all of like the underclassmen that I know, like I've seen so many that I know, and just like getting to help them, they're like, oh my gosh, like, you know what you're doing. And I'm like, yeah. It's like really cool, and like you can foster like relationships that you didn't have before, or like strengthen ones that you already have. And like to see a kid succeed and like realize like, hey, like I can do this.
I just like how small the class is.
Yeah, that's really nice too.
We're all pretty tight now.
Yeah. Like I came in here and I was like, oh, like this class can be a
squad.
weird. Yeah, now we're just like a little squad.
The Wildcat Writing Den is located in room 273 in the new wing, across from Mr. Latart's room and next to Mr. Kowalski and Ms. Katrine's room. They are there from hours 1 through 5 and are eager to help students.
The My Career Quest field trip is November 8th. It will take place during 1st through 3rd hour, and the students will be able to interact with professionals and see what their job entails.
In more field trip news, let's take a look at the England and Scotland spring break trip. You're invited to a trip of a lifetime to experience world-renowned cities, London, York, and Edinburgh, as well as the charming English and Scottish countryside. The tour will focus on important literary figures and historic sites. See Madame Miller, Mrs. Bassett, or Miss Henderham with any questions.
Time to get into spooky mood by learning about Japanese ghosts at Japanese Club today after school in room 245. Make sure to bring $2 to get more onigiri. That's all for school news. Now over to Gavin with Sports Report.
Thanks, guys. To kick things off, the boys varsity soccer team is in action tonight as they take on Grand Blanc in the first game of regionals. Kickoff is at 5. In addition, the girls varsity field hockey team takes the field against Pioneers starting at 4:30. Girls varsity volleyball is also in action tonight as they take the court against Canton at home. First serve is at 6:30. Good luck to everyone. In national sports, the Red Wings take the ice against Vancouver Canucks. The puck drops at 7:30. And to wrap things up, Game 1 of the World Series is tonight as the Houston Astros takes on the Washington Nationals. First pitch is at 8:10 on Fox. That's all for Sports Report. Let's take it back to the desk.
That's all for today. We'll see you on Thursday with another edition of the Cat's Eye News. I'm Caitlin Steele.
I'm Tomoya Habu. Have a wonderful day, Wildcats.